Hi, welcome to this tutorial. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video and share it with your friends. Today we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Paper 3 Core, Variant 3-1, June 2018. So the first question C is about tally and frequency. Olga counts the number of letters in each of the last 50 words in the book she's reading. She has only counted the letters in 43 words so far. Her results for these 43 words are shown in the table below. The last 7 words in the book that Olga needs to add to the table are, and they all lived happily ever after. So we have to first add this, and is a 3-letter word, and all. So we will add 2 here. 4 is they and ever. So 2 more here. There's a 4 here, and the 5th one we have to make a cross line. Lived is 5 and after is also 5. So again, 1 we cancel here, 1 we put. Happily is a 7-letter word, so we write it here. We have to complete the tally and frequency columns in the table. The tally we completed. Now we have to write down the frequency. You will have for 3, 5, 14, 10, 11, 3, 3 and 1. When you add all these numbers, they should equal to 50 because that's the total number of words she counts the letters off. And we also need to write the 0 here because there are no 8-letter word. The next question, find the range. Range is the highest value minus the lowest value. What is the highest value here? 9-letter word. And the lowest is 1. So it's 9 minus 1, which is 8. Find the median. Median is the mid number. When the frequency is 50, so we'll divide it by 2. We'll get the position of the median, not the median itself, the position. We'll add the frequencies, like the cumulative frequency, and see in which number represents that position. So this is 3, 3 plus 5, 8, 8 plus 14, 22, 22 plus 10, 32. We can see that your median is in here. So what is the corresponding value? 4. The median is 4. In part B, Billy asks 60 students in his school what their favorite type of book is. He has started to draw a pictogram to show his results. The science fiction row in the pictogram is complete. So this row is completed. Complete the key. Because this row is completed, we'll have a look at it. Frequency is 10. And you have 2 big squares made up of small 4 squares. So if we count the small squares, there are total 10 squares. It means that one small square represents one book. Therefore, the whole block here represents 4 books. The part 2, we have to complete the pictogram. Here there are, in comedy, we have 4 full squares multiplied by 4, so 16. In poetry, you have small 3 squares, so 1, 2, 3. Frequency is 3. And music is 9. Now you have to draw the key for romance and detective. There are 8, so 2 full squares, 4 plus 4, 8. And for detective, 4 plus 4, 8. Plus 4, 12. And there are 2 remaining, 13 and 14. Part 3, write down the mode. Mode is with the highest frequency. So highest frequency is 16, therefore mode is comedy. Part 4. Work out how many more students choose detective books than music books. Detective books are 14 and music books are 9. So 14 minus 9, 5. 5 more students choose. Next part of the question, work out the fraction of students who did not choose romance books. The students who chose romance books are 8. Total number of students are 60. 60 minus 8 is 52. These number of students did not choose romance books, but we are supposed to write it as a fraction. So 52 over 60, which will give us, when you simplify it, 13 over 15. Write down the number 27,360,045 in figures. So 27,360,045. We have written down it in figures. The next question, the 6 factors of 20. 1 multiplied by 20 will give you 20, 2 times 10, and 4 times 5. So your factors are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. A fraction that is equivalent to 7 over 9. Multiply the numerator and the denominator by any number you choose to. I'm multiplying it by 2. So I'll get 7 times 2, 14, and 9 times 2, 18. That's how you get an equivalent fraction. Part 4, a prime number between 30 and 40. A prime number is a number that is not in any other times table except itself and 1. So a number between 30 and 40 is 31 or 37. You can check out my video on different types of numbers, and I've explained more in detail there. Part B. For each statement, insert one pair of brackets to make it correct. By trial and error, you will get it right. If I put a bracket here, then I will get the correct answer. For the next part, 3 plus 2 square minus 4 is equal to 21. This is much easier than the above one. If you put a bracket here, 4 minus 4 will be 0. So that's not going to work. You have to put the bracket 3 plus 2 square minus 4 is equal to 21. For part C, it's a cube root. You just put it in the calculator and you will get 17 as your answer. 3 boys each have $600. Victor spends 40% of his $600 and he spends the money in the ratio clothes, books, music 10:2:3. Work out how much he spends on music. Before you find that, you will have to find the amount he spends. He spends 40%. Whenever percentage is given, you divide by 100. Of means multiply 600. This will give us $240. Out of this $240, he spends on music. This is your clothes, books, and music. He spends 3 parts out of the total. How many parts are there? We add it. 10 plus 2 plus 3, 15 of 240. $48. Work out how much more he spends on clothes than books. Clothes is 10 over 15 of 240. That is 160. This is your clothes. And books is 2 over 15 of 240. Which is 32. Let's find the difference between the two. 160 minus 32 is $128. So that's your difference. Walter invests his $600 for 3 years at a rate of 4.5% per year compound interest. Calculate the interest Walter receives at the end of the 3 years. To find the compound interest, you need to know certain terms and the formula. This is the formula which we will use to find the compound interest. A is equal to P 1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. P is your principal, that is your starting amount. Rate of interest is R, which is 4.5%. I is interest. Years is n, which in this case is 3. Before you find the interest, you have to find the amount. So using the formula, amount is equal to principal, which is 600, bracket 1 plus R, which is 4.5%, divided by 100 to the power of 3. We will get 684.699. As it is money, we'll round it to 2 decimal place, which will be 684.70. This is the amount he is going to get. But they don't want the amount, they want the interest. That's the time we are going to use this formula. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. We have got the amount, we have got the principal, we need the interest. So replace amount with 684.7. Principal is 600 plus I, the interest. So 684.7 subtract 600 will give you the interest, which is 84.70. That is the interest that you have. So the dollars are $84.7. Xavier goes on holiday to Europe and changes his $600 into euros. He spends 325 euros while he's on holiday. When he gets back home, he changes the euros into dollars. The exchange rate is $1 is equal to 0.864. How many dollars has he left? Give your answer to the nearest cent. So the first thing is, whenever you have a question like this, write down the currency that you need to find dollar and euro, correct? $1 is equal to 0.864. Therefore, $600 is equal to how many euros? Cross multiply. X multiplied by 1 is x, and 0.864 times 600 is 518.4. So this is the euros that he got. Out of the 518.4, he uses 325. That will give us 193.4. This is what he saves. Now when he comes back home, he again changes the euros into dollars with the same exchange rate. So our exchange rate is $1 is equal to 0.864 euros. He has 193.4 euros. How many dollars will he get? Again, we cross multiply. 1 multiplied by 193.4 is 193.4. 0.864x. Divide 193.4 by 0.864, and that will be $223.84. This is how much dollars are remaining with him. Question. Part A. Write down the mathematical name for the quadrilateral PQRS. So this is PQRS, and we have been given information that it is a quadrilateral which is made from 4 congruent triangles ABCD. So this is a rhombus, it's very clear. Write down the coordinates of S. S is on the y-axis, so your x is 0 and y is -2. Measure the obtuse angle PSR. PSR is this angle, and using a protractor measure it, it's 136 degrees. C1, measure the length of PQ. So we want to measure this, use a ruler and measure it. You will get it's 5.4 centimeter. The next part of the question, work out the perimeter. Perimeter means we add up the outside part. Because they are congruent, all the four sides are going to be equal. Therefore, perimeter is going to be 5.4 multiplied by 4, which is 21.6 centimeter. In part D, describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. This is triangle A and this is triangle B. We can see it's a reflection in the y-axis. Therefore, reflection in y-axis. The next part, triangle A onto triangle C. A onto C. This is a rotation. You can see that the shape A has been rotated to shape C at the point 0, 0. So it is a rotation at the center 0, 0, 180 degrees. You can use a tracing paper always to check for rotation. That gives you an accurate answer. In E, on the grid, draw the image of triangle D after translation by the vector 1, negative 2. This is the triangle D and we have to draw after the translation 1, negative 2. When you are doing translation by vector, you should know that the top one represents X and the down one represents Y. If your X is positive, it means your point will move to the right by that unit. If it's negative, it will move to the left. If your Y is positive, it will move upwards, and if it is negative, it will shift downwards. So these are your points. Choose any one point. I'm choosing 5, 0, 5, and it is 1 to the right and 2 down. So this is your new point. After you find your 1 point, you just count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 down, and then join it. So this is your answer of 4E. The next question, Lucy asks 12 people how many hours they each spent playing a computer game and the number of levels they each completed in 1 month. The results are shown below and they are represented in a scatter graph. We have to complete the scatter diagram. The first 8 points have been plotted. So these are the 4 remaining points. Time spent playing hours. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. When x is 40, y is 8. So it will be 5 is here, 6, 7, and 8. When x is 65, y is 15. That will be a point here. And then when x is 50, y is 11. 50 is here and 11 is going to be here. When x is 32, y is 9. 32 is here, x, and y is 9 will be here. So that part A is done. Now for part B. One person completes more levels per hour than any of the others. On the scatter diagram, put a ring around the point for this person. So these are the number of hours and these are the number of levels completed. We can see that when it is 40 hours, the number of level completed by someone is 18. When it is the double that hours, then somebody completed level 20. So the person who completes most levels per hour is this person. We put a ring on it. What type of correlation does the scatter diagram show? It's going upwards, so positive. On the scatter diagram, draw a line of best fit. So this is the line of best fit. Try to draw equal number of points on the right and the left hand side of the drawing of the line. Another person, Monica, completed 19 levels but forgot to record the time spent playing. Use your line of best fit to estimate the number of hours that Monica spent playing. The levels are 19, so 19 is going to be here. Go straight and find your x value. It is 80. Therefore, your answer is, from the line of best fit, 80 hours. If you have the answer between 17.6 to 80, in between this range, it will be accepted. Georgiana is traveling by train from Redtown to Tigney. The price of a ticket is $13.5. Georgiana's ticket price is reduced by 1/3 because she's a student. Work out how much she pays for a ticket. First, we'll find 1/3 of 13.5. This will give us 4.5. So this is the amount that is reduced. The actual price of the ticket is 13.5. 13.5 minus 4.5 will give you $9. That is how much she pays for her ticket. Georgiana travels on 2 trains. The first train goes from Redtown to Southford, the second train from Southford to Tigney. She has written down some information about the times of her trains. So this is the first train, the second train. Write 13:45 using the 12-hour clock. Very easy question, so it's going to be 1:45. Whenever you're writing a 12-hour, you must put AM or PM. Otherwise, even if the answer is right, you won't be marked for it. Part 2. Work out how long the first train should take to travel from Redtown to Southford. Give your answer in hours and minutes. So it departs at 13:45 and it arrives at 16:39. There's a very easy calculator method to solve this question. I'll show you that now. In your calculator, write 16 and press this button. Then write 39, press this button again. Put 0, press this button. This is the hours, minutes, and seconds. The same you do, subtract minus 13, the button, 45, the button, 0, the button, and you will get 2 hours, 54 minutes. It's a very easy way to write the answer like that. The next part of the question. The first train arrives at Southford 46 minutes late. By how many minutes has Georgina missed her second train? You can do the same thing again in the calculator. It's 46 minutes late, so 16, press the button, 39, press the button, 0, plus 0.46. Why we are adding? Because it is taking more time. And we will get 17 hours, 25 minutes. This is the time the train reaches Southford, but the second train departs at 17:12. So again, you can use the calculator. 17:25 0 minus 17:12 0, and you will get 13 minutes. Just remember that when you are solving this first part is your hour, the second is your minute, the last is your second. While Georgina waits for the next train, she buys a cup of hot chocolate. Regular, large, and extra large is given to us. Work out which cup of hot chocolate is the best value. Show all your working. Let's start with regular. So regular, the cost and the milliliter. $2.05 will give us 330 milliliter. 1 milliliter, what is the cost of that going to be? We'll cross multiply. 1 multiplied by 2.05 is equal to 330x. 2.05 divided by 330 is 0.0062. So this is the cost of 1 milliliter. In the calculator, when you put, most probably you will get it written as 6.21 multiplied by 10 to the power of -3. So this is in a standard form. We have to write it in an ordinary number. -3 means we move the decimal 3 places on the left. Now same we will do for large and extra large. I've solved same with the large and the extra large. The cost of 1 milliliter for large is 0.0059 and for extra large is 0.0057. So we can see that the best value is for the extra large. Part D. The next train from Southport to Techney is at 1812. The journey is 76 km. The speed is 48 km per hour. Work out the time that the train arrives in Techney. The distance has been given to us and the speed has been given to us. We need to find the time. To do so, we will use the formula time is equal to distance over speed. Distance is 76 and speed is 48. Therefore, 76 divided by 48. This will give us 19 over 12. Change it into a mixed fraction. You can do so directly in the calculator with the shift button. And after this, we have 1 hour. We have to change this into minutes. So 1 hour, 7 over 12 multiplied by 60 will give us 1 hour 35 minutes. This is the time it takes for the train to reach in Tigny, but we want to know the time it arrives. So 1812 plus 1 hour 35 will give us 1947. This is the time that the train arrives there. The scale drawing shows the position of Anika's house A and Bernard's house B on a map. The scale is 1 centimeter represents 300 meters. When you measure this, you will get 11 centimeter. And the scale is 1 centimeter equals 300 meters. Therefore, 11 centimeter equals how many? Cross multiply. X is equal to 3300 meters. Part B. Measure the bearing of Bernhard's house from Anika's house. From Anika's house, so that is this part here. Put a protractor and measure it. You will get 117. So that's the bearing. And C1. Using a straight edge and compass only, construct the perpendicular bisector of AB. Show all your construction arc. AB is a line. When you're finding a perpendicular bisector of a line, from the point A, make an arc both the sides. Or you can join the arcs, it's up to you. With the same width of the compass, make the arc from B. You can make arc like this or join the arc. And then when you are done, join the midpoint of the arc. So that's your perpendicular bisector. So this is the perpendicular bisector of the line AB. In C2, Cordelia's house is the same distance from Anika's house and Bernard's house and due south of Anika's house. Mark on the map the position of Cordelia's house. Label this point C. Cordelia's house is south of A. It means that we have to go down, north, south. So we'll have to extend this line here and this line and the point they meet, that is the house of Cordelia. So this here is Cordelia's house. Part D. Dougie's house is on a bearing of 320 degrees from Burnett's house and 1650 meters from Anika's house. Mark on the map the two possible positions of Dougie's house. Label each of these points D. 320 degrees from Burnett's house, that means that's the outside part, so it's a reflex angle. And from Anika's house, it's a point. Whenever you want to draw a locus from a point, it means you have to draw a circle. So let's do that. So this is a semicircle that we drew from point A. Before we start, we should find the radius. The scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 300 meters. Therefore, 1650 meters equals how many centimeters? Cross multiply. So 1650 is equal to 300x. Divide by 300 and we will get 5.5. So that is the radius we use to draw this arc. And then 320 degrees from Burnett. 360 minus 320 is 40 degrees. So if we draw an angle here at 40 degrees, that means the outside is 320. And they both meet at these points, here and here. So there are two possible positions of his house and we label them D. Next question is a distance time graph. Three children from the same family travel from their home to the same school. One goes to school by cycle, one runs to school, and one walks to school. The travel graph shows the journey to school for Caroline and Rob. Rob leaves home before Caroline. Explain what is happening when the two lines intersect on the travel graph. When two lines are intersecting on the travel graph, Caroline cycles past Rob. Work out Rob's speed in kilometer per hour. Rob leaves the house at 8 and he reaches at this point. We can see that every two squares is 10 minutes. 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 minutes. And the distance is 8 kilometers. To find speed, we use the formula distance over time taken. We can write it as speed is equal to distance divided by time. Distance is 8 kilometers and time is 50 minutes, but we have to change it to hour, therefore we divide it by 60. And this will give you 9.6 kilometer per hour. Part 3. William leaves home at 7:25. He walks to school at a constant speed of 6 km per hour. On the grid, draw William's journey. We have the speed, which is 6 kilometers per hour. We know the distance is 8 kilometers. We need to know the time. So to find the time, we will use distance over speed, 8 over 6. When you simplify this, change it into a mixed fraction. 1/3. So we have 1 hour and 1/3 hour to change into minutes, multiply by 60, 1 hour and 20 minutes. The starting point of his journey has been given to us at 7:25. So this is 10, 20 and 25. And he takes 1 hour 20 minutes to reach the school. So that will be 8:25 and 20 minutes more. 10, 20. This is the time he will reach. So we will join these 2 points together now. In D, at what time is the distance between Rob and Williams greatest? So this is William and this is Rob. We can see the greatest distance is here at 8. So that's your answer, at 8 a.m. Next part of the question E. Complete this list of names in the order they arrive at school, first, second, and third. So we can see that Caroline arrives first, then William, and then Rob. Caroline is the first one to arrive, William, and Rob. In this question, we have been given a circle. A, B, and C are points on the circumference of a circle, center O. This is the center O. A, write down the mathematical name for the straight line AC. As AC passes through the center, it is the diameter. The straight line AB, this is called a chord. Give a geometrical reason why angle ABC is equal to 90 degrees. The reason it is equal to 90 degrees is because angle in a semicircle equal 90 degrees. Question number C. AB is equal to 20 centimeter and AC is equal to 52 centimeter. Use trigonometry to calculate angle BAC. So we want this angle BAC. This is 90 degrees. So this side here is your hypotenuse. And this is adjacent. Adjacent is given to us 20 centimeter and hypotenuse 52 centimeter. This is 20 centimeter and 50 centimeter. If adjacent and hypotenuse is given to us, it means we are going to use the cos rule. Replace your adjacent and hypotenuse, 20 over 52. Therefore, A is equal to cos inverse 20 over 52. This will give you 67.38, round it to one decimal, 67.4. So angle BAC is 67.4 degrees. 2. Show that BC is equal to 48 centimeter. We know this is a right angle triangle. Two sides have been given to us. We need to find the third side. The hypotenuse is given to us. So we can use the Pythagoras theorem, which is a square plus b square is equal to c square. C is your hypotenuse. If you want to find A, you will write as c square minus b square. Our hypotenuse is 52 square minus the other side, which is 20 square, and we'll get 48 centimeter. So this is 48 centimeter. Part 3. Work out the area of triangle ABC. As it is a right angle triangle, we can use half times base times height. The base is 20 and the height is 48. So the area is 480 square centimeter. Work out the total shaded area. This shaded area is in the semicircle. So the total shaded area will equal area of the circle divided by 2. Because it's a semicircle, we divide by 2. Minus the area of the triangle. Area of triangle we already found, it is 480. So area of circle formula is pi r square divided by 2 minus 480. We need to find the r. The diameter is given to us. Radius is equal to diameter divided by 2, which is 26. Now in this equation, we are going to replace the r minus 480, and you will get 581 square centimeter. In A1, write down the gradient of the line y is equal to negative 4x plus 7. The equation of the line is written in the form y is equal to mx plus c. The number before your x is your gradient. In this case, it is negative 4. A2, write down the equation of a line parallel to y is equal to 2x plus 3. Parallel means your gradient is same. So you can write y is equal to 2x plus or minus any number you want to write, or you can just leave it as y is equal to 2x and it will be parallel to this line. I'll just put a -1. A3, write down the coordinates of the point where the graph of y is equal to 6x minus 5 crosses the y-axis. Remember that when it crosses the y-axis, your x is 0. In place of x, if we put 0, we'll get y is equal to 6 times 0, -5. You will get -5. So 0 and -5 is the coordinate. A4, the point K7 lies on the line y is equal to 4x minus 3. Find the value of k. I hope you all know that this is your x and this is your y. We'll replace y with 7 and x with k. So we have to make k the subject. 7 plus 3 is equal to 4k. Therefore 10 is equal to 10 divided by 4 is equal to k. 5 over 2 is k. You can leave it as a fraction or write it as a decimal. K is equal to 2.5. B1. Complete the table of values for y is equal to x square minus x minus 5. We just have to replace the x with the values given. Remember to put it in a bracket and then square it. So when you do that, when you replace the x values, when x is -2, you will get 1. Do the same for the other x values and you will get -5, -3, 1 and 7. In B2, on the grid draw the graph of y is equal to x square minus x minus 5 for -3 to 4 x values. So this is the table and we have to plot it. When x is -3, y is 7. Same way we are going to plot all the points and this is what we will get. Now we have to join them together to make it into a smooth curve. This is how your curve will look like. In B3, write down the coordinates of the lowest point on the graph. You can see that we have 0 and 1. When x is 0 and 1, y is -5 here. So this is the midpoint. The lowest point will be 0.5 and y will be -5.25. You cannot make a straight line. You got 2 points like this. So you cannot make a straight line. You have to make a shape here. So 0.5, when x is 0.5, y is -5.25. Part 4, on the grid, draw the line of symmetry of the graph. The lowest point or the turning point or the vertex is where you will draw the line of symmetry. So this is your line. And the equation of the line will be x is equal to 0.5. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope I have been able to help you. If you want me to solve any particular exam paper, do mention it in the comment section. I'll be glad to oblige.